Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. More rounds to the ounce than I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? Back up in you one more again. As only you know the Iceman can do. I am your host, the Iceman, a.k.a. Denzel Sausage Tin, a.k.a. the Big Dick Bow-Legged Deacon, a.k.a. Eddie Kane Jr. That's right, I'm the real Eddie Kane Jr. Fuck the dumb shit. Y'all better recognize and let a brother get between them dimes. Can you dig it? Let me see. Let me change. Let me fix my lighting here. Rather janky because the sun is still shining. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that there because too much of a glare. Just got back to the house. Y'all. Went on business trip, and brother was just got back to the house. I drove. Man, I think I drove 350 miles. 350 miles in 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Man, I was averaging about 95, 90, 100, 110. I'm like, God damn, this car's fast. Shit. You digs? And you don't stop. Let me fix the screens a little bit here. Yeah, let me fix these screens because music. Mr. Willie Will, what's up? What's cracking with you, homie? What's good? Monstar 86, what's good, baby? Appreciate everybody that's donated thus far. Thank you. We gotta hit our goal. Try to hit our goal of $10,000 by mid August 2020. We raise it. You know, I always fundraise for the nonprofit 501c3. We're asking for $5 donations tonight minimum, and minimum $5 and $10, but also whatever it is you can afford. And remember, 100% of all your donations are tax deductible on your 2020 taxes in 2021. So remember that. Okay, when you do your taxes next year, you say, hey, I donated over $3,000 last year. I guarantee you will get a tax refund if you do not donate. I guarantee, and you make over $50,000 a year, I guarantee you're gonna be paying taxes. Okay, so look, I don't have a full understanding of the tax code, but I got a good understanding of tax law, and because I've dealt with it for so long, and I'm telling you that's the rules. So if you want to get a bigger return, you have to donate. You don't have to donate to our nonprofit, but please go and find a Black cause and donate to them. It's the Black Sickle Cell Association. A couple other folks. Aside Dennis, what's good, baby? Yeah, I will do as I always do. I will put the link in your email. So be on the lookout for that by tomorrow morning when you get off. All right, man. Be safe, brother. Be safe, yo. And by the way, I want to welcome everyone to the Iceman Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. And I'm back up in you one more again. We're starting a little late tonight because I had to sleep in, man. I was exhausted. So, you know, I stopped every night. I stopped and got a hotel, but it was still difficult because I'm older. I can't sit down too long before my neck, back, and my hips start hurting and my knees start hurting. So I usually just get a hotel. Man, it was so hard to get a decent hotel all the way back here. Oh my God. These hotels are still, some of these hotels, some like the cheaper ones, they had the nerve to jack their prices up. Can you believe that? They jacked their prices up. So this thing about these hotels are hurting so bad, nah, they ain't hurting that bad. And I flew about a little over a week ago. Man, the airlines are kissing ass, boy. Boy, them flight attendants was kissing ass. Man, they was giving out extra snacks. They didn't give us a whole can of soda. They just gave everybody a pre-packaged thing of Cheez-Its, a little tiny mouthful of bottled water, and a sanitary napkin, and some of those cookies they always serve on their flights. And it was just hilarious, man, because I had a whole row to myself. I didn't lay down though, because I was watching movies. Because I was on a nice plane, man. It was a nonstop flight, so we had the TVs in the back and the headrest. So I'm looking at movies, you know, for free. Might as well. And I saw a movie with the last movie Helen Mirren did, the British actress, very good lady who she won an Oscar for Queen, but for being Queen Elizabeth. She did it. I got to see that movie. I haven't seen it. Helen Mirren is one of my favorite actresses. She's very, and you know, even though she done hit the wall, man, Helen Mirren used to be fine, bro. She used to be sexy. I was a sexy white woman. Very few British women do it for me because most of them are not attractive. Although there's some that are attractive over there, most Brits you see are usually they show the ugly ones, but there's some bad ones up there. But back in the day, oh, she was one of the baddest white girls in Hollywood. She just got old, you know, like as all of us do, you know. But I mean, she's still sexy though. You digs? But they gave everybody a postcard talking about all the flight attendants had signed it and was like, thank you for flying. And I was like, damn, is it that bad? Y'all about to lose y'all jobs? God damn. There was a sister on there with salt and pepper hair. And she gave me the postcard. I was like, what is this? I thought it was like I thought it was gonna be like a, 20% off at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. I looked at the car, it was like a handwritten note telling me thank you for flying our airline and shit. I was like, damn, because it was, man, some rows didn't even have nobody on them. That's how less dense that plane was. Denseless, should I say. Now, you had a few people in first class, but you know, it ain't worth flying first class if ain't nobody on the plane. You want to be able to perpetrate. You want to be able to be player. You get ready to walk. You walk. You know how you walk through. First class, and be like, rich motherfuckers. And then you get ready to walk into budget class, economy class, and you get ready to walk, and you be like, nah, nigga, you niggas back here, I'm up here with these rich motherfuckers. I'm up here with the rich assholes. Nah, I would never do that. I've flown first class a couple of times. I wasn't impressed, man. Yeah, they gave us free champagne. I did like that, but I noticed how the sister was trying to keep from serving me. Had this little young sister. I could tell she had a major problem with me sitting in first class. I could tell she had a major problem with that shit. She had that look on her. She was trying to be fake nice. You could tell she wanted to be nasty. Like when she would come back through with champagne, she'd be like, you want some more champagne? She'll act like she didn't see me. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Okay? One of these days, you're going to be dependent on a black man. And he going to say just what I just said. Fuck you, bitch. Okay? But then the white girl would come over. Hey, sir, would you like some more champagne? I was like, hell yeah. Is this Cristal? I know it wasn't, but it was still expensive though. It wasn't Cristal, but it was still expensive. I mean, a low end bottle of champagne will set you back at least $200 plus tax. Yeah, 'cause I saw some Cristal at Costco during Christmas season. I was like, I gotta get a bottle of this shit. And then I was like, nah, I ain't want to come off that $200. I was like, shit, $200? Shit, nigga, I need to spend that on my cable. Shit, I need to spend that on my cable and internet, nigga. Shit. Triple T Kill, what up, baby? Look like the gang is finally making their way in. I wanted to start. I was thinking of starting a little later now would probably set well because even though there are some people who are working, even though there's some people who are working, uh, those people, there's still people who are at home. You know what I'm saying? There's still people at home who might not be, they might be doing something during the day. Maybe you are working from home. I know I got a couple cousins said they working from home. So, at least they still got their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Word up. But there's been a lot of talk lately. Been a lot of talk, ladies and gentlemen, about these mysterious attacks. That's a tax. These mysterious attacks on our Asian brethren. And this is what I find interesting. They're saying that this is the first thing that caught my attention. They're saying that due to the anti-Asian sentiment due to the China virus in America, Asians are being discriminated against. Okay? The New York Attorney General created a hotline for Asians to be able to report acts of discrimination against them that rises to the level of something criminal. Hmm? Y'all stay with me because it's going to get deep tonight. There's been a few instances where Caucasians have been exacting their hatred toward Asians in the form of assaults. Some have happened in the UK. Most have happened here in the United States. But Asians around in predominantly Caucasian parts of the world where Asians are mainly catching hell. And so all of a sudden you got like this Congresswoman Chu from out there in California. I think she's from the Bay Area, from the Yay area, excuse me. And she was discussing possibly drafting a bill that would make any crime against an Asian person during this time a hate crime, but also give them monetary reparations due to the fact that Americans there's a backlash against Asians and so the first business Chinese first Asian owned businesses to take the plunge were their restaurants. Why? Because food is subjective. Y'all follow me here. Food is subjective. So if somebody doesn't like you, the first thing they're going to do is put you in a position where you're not going to be feeding them, because now they don't trust you. You brought this nasty virus over here. Now they're killing people that look like me. I'm saying this as a Caucasian person. They're saying in concert that we are against you and we are willing to physically harm you due to what you're doing to my people in this country, Caucasians. And you're putting a dent it's because of your people bringing that nasty shit over here. You have put a threat toward the white race, the pure white race. You have threatened the institutions of white supremacy that we have built over the past 500, 600, 700 years. The one they're really mad about is the they know that their numbers are already decreasing as their death rates are going up, and because more older white people are dying, and as a result of that, they have very low birth rates due to the fact that most Caucasian women don't want to have no kids. Let's just keep it gangster. Based on research and articles I have read, Caucasian women some of them really don't want kids. They don't want children. But they know they want the institution of marriage because her parents were married and stayed together through thick and thin. Y'all follow me here? So when people become concerned the way Caucasians are feeling these days, their mortality, normally, see the difference between the black existence and the white existence. Black people try to live a party lifestyle, but at the cost of our health, because our mortality rates are a lot lower than they should be. But because of drugs and alcohol, we tend to die earlier because of being under the stress of being a black man, woman, and child. We like to medicate each other or self-medicate because of the burden of being a black person living under the weight of white supremacy on a daily basis. That shit wears on you. Because every day there's always a threat to your safety, which is why a lot of coons, mammies, and sambos don't want us talking about stuff that really matters. They want you to be talking about twerking. They want you to be talking about booty shaking videos. They want you to be talking about video games. They want you to be talking about intersectionality. They want you to be talking about being LGBT. But better not be sitting around talking about this hotep shit, which is black empowerment, and we all we got. CMB, we all we got. The black man is all he got. We got a few black women, but most of us, man, it's just us and these black kids we got to protect. Because black women would rather be over there with Honky McGee and Miss O'Fay. She either want to be a lesbian, be licking on Miss O'Fay, or she want to be a Negro bedwench to Biff and them and Bob. especially some of these African and Caribbean black Negro bedwenches that come from those different countries and territories. They tend to be the worst offenders. You dig? So yeah, we pay the price of trying to live a party lifestyle. And the flip side of that is white people can still make money because most of them are the managerial class. Remember, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Because they're part of the managerial class, 9 times out of 10, it's no big deal for them to be able to work from home. There's no big deal for them to be able to take business trips and then be able to party while they're on their business trip. It's not uncommon for them to live those kinds of lifestyles where they're making a couple $100,000 a year or more. You and I, we happy to get up to 60, 70 grand. He makes that in 3 months. But see, they can make money and still party. And yeah, some of them do it to the expense of their health and their mortality. But that's why they got access to great health care. As soon as they farts start smelling off, they going to the doctor and catching a lot of these illnesses before they manifest themselves. When you got great health care, you tend to go to the doctor very often, especially if you can afford it. Because some of these plans can be as high as $1,500 a month. And that's just so you don't have to pay any money when you get hospitalized. Because normally some of them are 90-10, they don't pay 100%, or they're 80-20, which is what Medicare is, 80-20. That's not a good ratio if you had a significant hospitalization. You may be looking at putting up 10, 15 grand to pay a bill because you got sick and ended up being in the hospital for a month and a half. Of course, you didn't want to be there, but you had to be there before you can get well. So my hat's off to anybody who's ever beaten something that put them in the hospital. My hat's off to you, brother and sister. I love hearing success stories about Black men and women beating the odds, especially when it comes to health. But that's the difference between Black people's partying and not making no money. But white people can party, travel, the company pays for it, and they retain all their money. And look how they live compared to you trying to drink Hennessy VSOP and smoke Black and Milds and smoke cigarettes and smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. You dig? Can you dig it? Can you dig it, player? Just saying, player. A lot of people, they get a little disturbed by some of the stuff that a brother talks about on the Iceman Show podcast. I can't help it, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't help but tell you the truth. I can't help but tell you what I think is important to you and what you need to hear. Not necessarily what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And I don't care if people don't want to tune in because I hurt your feelings. If I hurt your feelings, that means I'm doing my damn job. You dig? But see, we sacrifice everything for the wrong things. We'll sacrifice our health in order to numb the pain of being a black man or woman that have to live under the ungodful weight of white supremacy 24/7, 365. You dig? That's why a lot of black folks drink. That's why you see all these black women who can't control their weight. That's because they drink. I done boned a lot of these single moms. They got shit on their mind, man. They be like, I hope you don't mind me smoking weed. I'm like, shit, you better puff, puff, pass, goddammit. They're like, oh, you smoke weed? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, girl, shit. That's un-American for you to puff, puff, and not pass. Shit, I believe in puff, puff, pass, especially with the lady Mercedes. All the ladies in the house say, ah, and you don't stop. Black motherfuckers. Now, Hitler said during his tenure, Hitler stated that the Japanese, as far as the Nazi party was concerned, they were viewed as honorary Aryans because they attacked America. So Hitler was impressed and called them, honorary Aryans. And as a result, some Japanese ended up living in Germany. Even after the World War and World War II, and Hitler supposedly killed himself. You dig? So even to this day, Japanese be wearing Nazi regalia. Nazi chic is very very popular in Japan. But when we talk about the honorary Aryan Asian today, we're talking about all of them, especially the ones who live at the financial behest of Black people. I'm talking about these Asian parasite business owners, the nail salons, the beauty supply places, the places that Black women should never spend their money. I bet you'll find some Black woman who's doing nails from now on after this shit pop off. Because it might be a long time before you have any disposable income that you can use to go get your mani-pedi and you'll get your gel nails put on. It's going to be a minute because you didn't have no money saved up anyway. So now you got to wait on unemployment, or you got some other kind of disruption to your income. That's why later on we're gonna talk about these single moms. Where's all the strong? Where's all the strong? No, not strong. Where's all the strong independent women at? Where's all the strong independent women at? I could do anything. You got their titties out with a milk mustache. Only it ain't milk. Okay? Fuck out of here. They pull a lot of shit, y'all. They pull a lot of shit. These women been pulling a lot of shit for a long time. And finally, the chickens are coming home to roost, ain't they? Ain't they, brothers? You got strippers begging. Oh, they begging right now. The strippers are begging. Because you gotta understand, strippers are degenerates. because I've dated strippers. Strippers are degenerate females. Even though some of them might make $300,000 a year doing that shit they doing, but they also selling pussy on the side, or they doing private shows. Some of them getting to doing porn to make money, because you gotta strike while the iron's hot in that business, sex worker business, because ain't nobody gonna pay no money to fuck no flabby single mom who's 40 years old. And if he is, because these American women like to let you believe, want to lead you to believe that they that they got so many suitors. They got so many suitors with money who want to whisk them off their feet or marry or wife them up. That what you ladies be saying? Because American women always want you to think they got so many men, so little time. Remember when people used to get that on their license plate, holder, so many men, so little time. Bet you they ain't saying that shit today. I bet you they ain't saying that shit after they hit the wall either. Okay? Larry, you trolling my account, bruh. And you didn't donate first. Which means I'm going to have to gaffle you. And I really don't like gaffling people. But you're going to have to get gaffled. You're going to have to gaffle you, pal. Since you don't want to abide by the rules, we're going to have to put you on timeout, young blood. I didn't want to have to do that, young blood, but you forced my hand, blood. You forced my hand. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go for the jugular. But you forced my hand, brother. You forced my hand. Hey, these are jazz hands. Y'all take that jazz hand class? I know some of you niggas took that jazz hand. Hey, I wasn't the only black man that went to a white school. Come on, man. I wasn't the only brother that went to a white school. Some of you niggas went to them white schools and was doing jazz hands, nigga. Y'all gotta stop bullshitting, man. Look. So, what you see happening today with Asians, what you see happening today with Asians is you see their honorary Aryan status being revoked. That's what you see. That's what you see happening. And you also see how parasitic the Asians have been on black society for the past 40 years. They've extracted trillions of dollars from the black communities all over this nation. And that's why they live so good now. And that's why and then too, they have been white society has elevated them to honorary Aryan status, where you got some Asians even putting on demographic information applications. They're putting down white as race. These are Asians. You see a lot of Asian males, and when I see it on Asian males, you really, I mean, you guys are not manly looking anyway, but you look even more feminine when you dye your hair blonde. Although some of these Asian dudes be doing that homosexual stuff. You know, they be out there putting their pussy in the air like they don't care, trying to get some attention too. That's why I see a lot of black men who are these young homosexuals. A lot of these dudes trying to get they're trying to get some intersectionality popping. Okay, sad, real sad. Yeah, motherfucking jazz hands and shit. White people used to get over, man. They'll be like an adult education class, and it'll be like jazz hands. And all it be is some white woman who, you know, maybe got a degree in dancing and shit at some university, and now she's teaching these classes, and you got all these ugly, boring ass, old boring ass wives who take this type of shit, you know, try to add some excitement to their boring ass life. And it'd be some white chick that can't dance talking about, oh, this is a jazz hands class. And all it'll be is her doing the robot. Okay, be her ass robot and shit. Be like, that ain't the robot. I used to do the robot back in 75. The robot don't look like that. That look retarded. I see a boy move like that in special education class when I was in elementary. Okay? It'd be some shit like that. Okay? So their honorary Aryan status that they were given after the 70s, that whole thing is becoming a major liability for them right now. It's becoming a very problematic and distasteful experience that which is multiple L's they're taking, by the way. They're taking multiple L's because, you know, a lot of white society is looking at them like, look at these fucking parasites. Who do I get to do my feet, my nails? I'm saying this as a white woman, as a Caucasian woman. She go to the Asian nail place. She don't go to the white woman that used to have her salon. Her kids, after she died, her kids sold the business. They didn't want to be in the hair care business, in the beauty business. So these white women are looking at these Asians and they're saying, hey, I go to Asian restaurants. Look at how much money I've been giving these slant-eyed motherfuckers. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this as a Caucasian woman. Because this is how they talk in their head and when they're around their own people. See, this is why the honorary Aryan status will never work for you, black woman. It'll never work for you, black man. Because at the end of the day, all it don't even for when it comes to black people, we don't need a pandemic to have folks looking at us crazy. We don't need a pandemic to have everybody looking at us side eye and saying, hey, I don't trust this dude just because he's black. The Black Death came from black countries. You see where I'm going with this? So they're looking at them. The first people to cut them off was the white folks. Even before this light version of martial law at the state level, at a few states who have done it with mandatory lockdowns, they were already upsetting the apple cart already. White folks are already like, no, ain't dealing with no Asians. They were already cutting them off. And when that wildfire kept burning, and then we got the black people, then black folks was like, kind of woke up for a minute and was like, damn, look at these parasites. These Buddha head motherfuckers, look how much money we give them. And they treat us the way they treat us? Nah. We got to get them up out of our communities, man. Nothing against them as Asians. But hey, we got to start practicing group economics, and it's got to be black first. If you find that to be hotep talk, fuck you. Take your ass on. My podcast ain't for everybody. But for the black men and women who want to hear the truth and want to hear the truth on another form of new black media, and I'm uncensored, you're going to tune in. Because I talk about everything MSNBC, Fox News, and CNBC, and ABC, NBC, and CBS ain't going to tell you. And CNN ain't going to tell you. And you know it. Because I beg you to fact check my facts. And I said I actually stand corrected. If I say something wrong here, I have had people correct me. Some of the same people here in the chat room have corrected me. Hey, Ice. Hey, what you said on the show was incorrect, brother. It's actually this, and this. And I'm like, okay, thanks, brother. I didn't talk shit. And I would in the next video, I would have a correction. I didn't give the person's username for credit, but I said, hey, I appreciate the brother, bringing it to my attention. I stand corrected. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm willing to tell you I don't know a lot, but the little bit I do know, I do share here on this platform. And I appreciate you tuning in, because you could be doing something else. You could be somewhere else, but you decided you wanted to roll with the Iceman. So let's go ahead and ride, slippity slide. Don't forget about your troubles in your 9 to 5 and just sail along. That's what you do. Sail your punk ass along. So the thing that I'm trying to iterate to you guys is that there's all kind of opportunity, even during this pandemic. There is mad opportunity for real hustlers. I smell it all over the country. I just traveled over 2,000 miles. And I can tell you that I see opportunity if you are willing to invest in yourself. But it's only for people who invest in themselves. So a lot of black people do not invest in themselves. And I'm not talking about, I'm going to go out there and get me a $300 bottle of Hennessy VSOP. Okay? I'm going to get some of that Cavassier VSOP. You're going to get some E&J VSOP. You're going to go get some Christian Brothers VSOP. You dig? You get you some of that Glenlivet and then get livid. You know, that's now you need to get that Tanqueray if you want to get livid. You know, how people, you know, gin make you sing. Make you tear some pussy too. I love when a woman shows up to my crib with a blunt and a gang of Tanqueray. Who want to party? I remember them days. Boy, I can't party like that no more, man. I might end up earling on the toilet. Well, I look like an old nigga earling. That don't look right, man. That ain't player. That ain't Mackish. Okay? Ain't nothing player about that, homie. Because I'm so player. You digs? But the honorary status of Asians, you see, what do they say? There's so much xenophobia going on against Asians. Notice the word xenophobia. What is xenophobia? It's a phobia against somebody who is in the same race group that you are in, or ethnic group you're in. So what they're saying is if Caucasians are mainly the ones physically beating on Asians the few times that they have and taking their frustrations out on Asians verbally, they see themselves as white. They see white people as brethren. You see how they consider themselves to be white, which is why immediately, due to the economic downturn, the first thing they wanted was federal money to help Asians. It just warmed my heart. It warmed my heart when I saw a couple of Asians on TV crying about how their restaurants have closed because of it. They were having problems even before they start mandatorily telling people to stay home. So they start losing money before this whole thing went national. Is it just me, guys? Or do you find it interesting how some of the first rollout cities of 5G mobile network VPN, you notice how as soon as they rolled it out, all of the cities that came online with 5G first were the first major clusters of people who had the coronavirus. Is it just me, or am I just spitting in the wind? I'm spitting in the wind. I'm not going to literally do it because that's just nasty and disrespectful. But you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying, brethren. You know what I'm saying. Okay? Is it just me? Because all in the middle of the country were hardly anybody that had the China virus, COVID-19. Could just be me. Or am I just spitting in the wind? Huh, Negroes? Think about that for a second. Think about it. Wuhan was the first city that came online with 5G, the first province. But there was other provinces as well, about 5 or 6 other ones. But Wuhan was the major epicenter of the China virus. Then allegedly, some of those people flew to Seattle. But how did Seattle have such a big burst of new cases, but then skip the whole middle of the country, and but then in New Jersey and New York, it's like, the movie Contagion. Motherfuckers just dropping dead in their kitchen. It could just be me. I don't believe, this is just my personal opinion, my subjective opinion. You can feel otherwise. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to agree with me. I am under the impression there's no way in hell that a real virus can spread like that starts on the West Coast and jumps over the middle of the damn country to New York City and in Bergen County, New Jersey. Get the fuck out of here. All the major cities now, New Orleans and Baton Rouge is blowing up. And then they trying to point out that African Americans, I saw this on CNN last night, African Americans are faring the worst from coronavirus. I'm like, get the fuck out. Y'all love it. They see how they do. See, they're so desperate to try to put a black face on something negative that's affecting mainly them. Yeah, I did see a lot of brothers losing 50 and 60-year-old black men to this shit. Frat brothers in other fraternities saying, yeah, my frat brother, he just dropped dead in his house. Something's not right here. Let me ask y'all in the chat room. How many of y'all saw that really weird movie that Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack did back in 2017? Do y'all remember that? Hell yeah, they are. They damn sure, they definitely propagating. They trying to make it look like, oh, look, we got a black face on this. Look, Shaquita died from this shit. Fuck out. Yeah, Shaquita was 400 pounds. So we know that her obesity is what killed her ass. But it is hitting New Orleans and Baton Rouge. It's hitting them hard. So I hope they get a handle on that shit. I hope they get a handle on it, man. You dig? I hope they get a handle on this shit, man. But I'm going to tell you, just because most of the people that are dying have comorbidities, which means they have underlying multiple uh, health crises that were going on at the same time, but maybe that access to the coronavirus hasten that process a little faster. But there are some people who nobody knew whether or not they had any underlying comorbidities. You understand me? So we don't necessarily know. You have to put a big X on that because that's the unknown. What we can say is that what I can say is that Black people, we have an opportunity. This can be a blessing in disguise for us if we just stay focused. The problem with us is we always like to go back to playing. We always like to go back to acting like an adult child. We want to go back to letting Massa and Missy Ann handle everything while we play and drink hen, hip and hen, and smoke blunts and smoke Black and Miles and Newport 100s. As long as we keep the party going and half-ass keep a job, we happy. Because the dumb shit we did the whole weekend ends up being this dumb shit we talk about at work all week at work. That's the cycle of life for most people. Girl, you ain't gonna believe this dumbass shit I did this weekend, girl. Girl, do you know I was with a nigga that wanted me to eat his ass out? Nasty motherfucker. Ooh, girl, for real? What was that nigga name? That goes on the whole day at work. Them hoes. Black folks want to play during wartime. What is the first thing that Caucasians start doing in this country? As soon as this coronavirus shit really started popping off, what did they do? They ran to the gun store. See how they think? Because in their minds, the government is getting ready to weaponize something against them. But let me tell you something. I was in some major cities the last week and a half, and I can honestly tell you that I was in some states where there was a mandatory lockdown, and it just looked like maybe half the traffic was gone. There was still a bunch of motherfuckers out there on them streets. They were at the stores. They were everywhere I went. So I don't know what the hell they talking about with this shutdown. I don't know what they talking about. Man, it wasn't hard. In some states, I drove through states where I didn't see not one state trooper out there. Not one. I drove through 500 some miles of one state and saw one cop, one state trooper out there. One. So they having cops out here on an as needed basis on the low. Of course, they don't want people to really know that. I drove through my state 300 miles and there was not one state trooper out there. I was driving 110 for miles. I drove 350 miles in 3.5 hours. That's Mad Max type of shit. There was no cops out there because every speed trap I slowed down to 80, and the speed limit was 80, so you could still going fast. Because I use a pace car whenever I can. I use a pace car. I try to find somebody who's flying, and then I get behind them. Because at night, when them deer start jumping out there on the highway, they'll come out there on the road and not see no lights. And then as soon as they see them lights, they look up and get paralyzed. That's when you hit them. So I get behind somebody so that they can hit them first and I can react. I can either get over to this lane over here or I can run off the road, not run up behind them. Plus, it helps me in a speed trap because they're going to get them first. Although they might pull both of us over. No, I didn't see any cars, dude. I didn't. Oh, yeah, the one I saw, yeah, he probably was asleep. Nigga, I was flying 529 miles of the same state, nigga. It took me 2 days to get through that state. Because I was like, man, I'm pulling over. It's getting dark. I don't like driving at night because them deer be jumping out there. I done hit the ass crack of a couple deer. Didn't do no damage to the car though, because I barely got away from them to where it just barely skinned them. But it still probably hurt them more than it hurt me. Remember that? He say that, pow, pow, nigga. Exactly. Here we go. Yeah, so it only takes one. Only takes one. La 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 la. Nigga. Nice try, nigga. Your bitch ass. Got your ass out the paint, didn't I? Didn't even waste no time, did I, play it? Your bitch ass. Niggas always want to try me, man. That's all right, man. Try me all day, baby. Try me all day. I got all day, nigga. I got all day, nigga. Okay? Go bitch ass. Yes, sir. I got all motherfucking day. Cookie crumb eating nigga. Cookie crumb eating nigga. Tennis shoe pimp ass nigga. What the fuck is going on? I don't get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Man. Anyway, something ain't right here. Some of these platforms are just giving me hell. Anyway, now that Asians are getting some of that work, they want to know why it is their their honorary Asian white status, white status. What's up with that? You know, I'm trying to call in a marker. What's up? This must be one of the bussy brothers. This sound like some type of shit. There's a lot of type of shit these motherfuckers would do. Plus one, it looked like one of them motherfuckers. Anyway, pussy ass nigga, shut up. Some trolls, man. Some of these guys ain't got nothing better to do than be trolls. Scooby Doo looking motherfucker. Anyway. So when they say people are being xenophobic, that means A, it's white people doing it to them, and B, I'm white, they're white, therefore it's xenophobia. You see what it is? Y'all see that? Okay? Don't let that kind of shit be lost on you. Words are there for a reason. Sometimes you can overthink it. But in this case, am I? Yeah. Like I said, that five when they rolled out 5G, that's when this shit start popping off in this country. Understand? I'm not saying that the radiation from 5G towers is what's responsible for what's going on with this so-called virus. I am saying that the government is making a lot of suspicious moves right under our noses. More and more of the military is being activated. Okay? Also, they're sending tanks all over the country. And then you got Bill Gates and all these really rich ruling class white males and females, some managerial class, some of them in Congress, dumped a bunch of their stock. Okay? But, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Love ya. Little bitch nigga. Took care of your bitch ass, didn't I? Sure enough, nigga. Anyway, so now they're questioning whether or not they had Aryan status all along. You see, that is a power struggle going on here. But it's a power struggle that's only going on in Asian circles, not Asian and white circles, because white people are always going to maintain top apex status in this country. And how dare you not try to tap into that and lick the ball sacks of that white patriarchy. See, black men ain't gonna do that. Not as a whole. You might have some Sambos. Yes, you got a lot of Sambo niggas out here. You got a lot of Sambo niggas who will do it for a paycheck. Okay? But I don't buck dance and I don't bojangle. I don't even do that for myself, let alone for some non-black person. So what's really going on here is there is a disappointment in the case of Asians in this country who are now questioning whether or not they have always had honorary Aryan status in America. They're now questioning that mainly because as a community, they're very dependent on each other. So all the money that is brought in is shared between criminal circles and the rest of Asian society. Okay? So they take care of their people. And the men are always in charge. Although you do have some Asian women who are ball busters. But you don't have too many of them. Anyway, because that money spigot that they've been getting rich off of has dried up, now you see that Asians, that money that they were getting from everybody, they now that money is gone. Okay? That money's gone. All that money's gone. And then the black money is gone too. Brown Sauce is in here. What up, dude? Thank you, bro. I need my mods to step up, man. I'm trying to keep this thing going. You dig? So basically, now that their honorary Aryan status has been revoked, they now are trying to promote this "we all in this together" bullshit. And black folks are like, wait a minute, we in this together? How was that? I was, right before this thing popped off, I was all kind of niggas. I was all kind of mayates. So, but now I ain't a nigga now? Huh, motherfucker? Huh, motherfucker? I'll be talking talking mad shit. You dig? You hear me? They can't talk no shit. So you got all these Asians now who are really hurting because their businesses were directly dependent on certain white money and certain black money, definitely. And now that all that has stopped, they ain't got no recourse because the white man and the white woman is saying, look, the only real Aryans are us. You down there with the niggas. And now the Asians are looking up at white daddy and white mommy saying, well, I thought I was an honorary Aryan. You dig? Brown Sauce, what up, though? Okay? So now they're like trying to ease back over here and get get back in with blacks. Okay, they're trying to ease their way back over here with blacks. Saying start talking this, we all in this together. No, motherfucker. We were segregated. And as soon as we get a handle on this shit, you'll go back to being an asshole. And this is why we have to strike the iron while it's hot. While it's hot. We got to do that now, because you know how most black folk, as collectively, we have ADHD. We can't stay focused. We can't get black men to concentrate on nothing but ass and booty and ass and titties. And black women, we can't get them to concentrate on nothing but trying to get a zaddy. And trying to destroy black men. This is why we ain't winning economically. Because if you don't win economically, you fail. And you continue to fail, and you continue to be dependent and codependent on the government or the government and white-owned corporations who give you jobs. You understand? The reason why you have such a high unemployment rate amongst black men and women is because we overwhelmingly work outside of our communities and black money. The little that is out there. Black people in 2020 are still fishing for jobs. And they're finding that there aren't any jobs because Caucasians have fixed it to where they have a big pool of Indians to choose from. Hispanics, now that they're trying to get their shit together academically, they're going to start getting more and more of those white collar jobs that we normally get after white males and white females and Asians done had their pick. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So you're starting to see more and more people who would normally be walking around acting cocky as hell and assholish are now trying to be cordial and show deference, because your dollar might be the last dollar they bring in before they get shut down. Places like Los Angeles, if you get caught outside without your freedom papers, okay, so you can't go get no struggle sex, you get caught outside with no special note, and the patty rollers rolled up on you. and did something to that ass. You did? You did? See, black folks realize for the first time since the early 90s that we starting to get on code. And finally, black women are starting to come to their senses and realize that the beating of black women's asses on film is going to get worse if they don't make up with black men. And then when this pandemic popped off, black women really closed their traps. Because 3 weeks before that, there was black men ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. All of a sudden, that coronavirus shit popped off. Shit, the China virus popped off. Shit, these women like, damn, nigga, I can't go to work. Then the strippers, all the sex workers are just, all the sex workers, they might as well just, they better start running drugs. They better start riding dirty, trying to make some money. Cause that little struggle townhouse they got, it's gonna get repo, bitch. Oh, they don't say repo on a house. They say foreclosed. Okay? See, the hoes have been living pretty good off the Simpson tricks. Let that not be you. See, that's the sad thing about America. It's you could be a parasite, but you could always be a parasite on somebody. That's the great thing about, I'm not trying to be nasty here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, black people. But this is why somebody has to stay on the bottom. And that's why everybody picks you, because you can handle it. You've allowed it for 500 years. We don't have no history. These other races, we ain't got no history of fighting this shit. That's why we want to be part of the system of subjugation. That's why as soon as all you liberals that sit up here and want these Hispanics coming over here, crossing the Rio Grande illegally, what you don't understand is them folks that come up here, they got anti-black racism in their head and their heart already, and then they bringing their brand of hatred toward you up here, raising their kids in that environment. Then their kids come to school and start calling your kids mayate and nigger. And then your son beats their ass and they end up having to, get put in the hospital. Fuck out of here. Tony Robinson L, what up, baby? What up, though? I don't know, Legendary Proof. I don't know, brother. I respectfully disagree, but I hope you're wrong, and I say that with no malice. I hope you're wrong. I really do. I hope that we don't go back to doing. We need to be economically prejudiced with our money. We need to stop giving all these other races our money and then they get rich off of us. When is that going to stop? This is why everybody laughs at us, because they say, look at how powerful you guys are than everybody else, and you let everybody else dominate you. That's why when people say there ain't no real white supremacy, I'm like, nigga, look around. If there ain't no, let me ask the non-believers. If you believe that white supremacy doesn't exist, I got some oceanfront property to sell you in New Mexico, nigga. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it dick supremacy. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be white supremacy. They can subjugate you economically, politically, socially, and under socially is the criminal justice system. I did I did that lecture a couple of weeks ago about the agents of social control. If you want to link to that video, make sure you donate first, and I'll send you a link. Very informative video. I think I did part 1 and part 2. Agents of social control. And socially is and under social society is the criminal justice system. So socially, they can subjugate you as well at any time of the day, 24/7, 365. They can pull you out of your home, or they can send the police up in your house and shoot your house up and kill you, and still get on national worldwide television and say, you guys shot them. The police shot this one unarmed black person because, I don't know, he was in his drawers. And that was threatening to y'all. A little bit of his dick was hanging out. And so that really made y'all mad. Y'all shot him up. Nobody goes to jail. None of the cops go to jail. And you say you don't live under a system of white supremacy. Call it whatever you want to call it. But over here on my platform, we're going to call it white supremacy, because that's what it is. These people are supreme over you. And the only way to break a system like that is to work as a team. That's why the Asians have got mad money today. They got paper because they got down and boogied. They took care of business. And what we did, we went looking for jobs in interracial sex. And we wasted the last 40 years bullshitting and shucking and jiving, working at the Buick plant, working at the GM plant, focusing on that shit instead of trying to build a legacy like all the other men who come to this country as immigrants, whether they're legal or illegal. And that's why my generation, the late baby boomers, got left with nothing. My dad ain't left me nothing. And to a certain degree, I don't need him to. But look how long it's taken me to build it. That's why I tell young guys, don't get married. You don't need these women. They ain't nothing but a hindrance. They ain't nothing but liability. A woman should be an asset. The only way for a woman to be an asset to you is for her to literally be an asset. See, people with the third eye caught that. The only way for a good woman to be an asset to you is if she is literally an asset. Women know what I'm talking about. This means that 100% of your existence with this man is in a support role, in exchange for being financially and physically secured in your own home, financially and also financially. That's what the man brings to the table. And under a system like that, which is what we would put in, where is where we need to be socially normally in this country. You digs? So now that the money has ran out, women, especially women who especially because you got a lot of women in the service industry, hospitality industries. You got a lot of women in those. You got women who are bartenders at two different bars. I've dated them kind of white girls. I wouldn't want that life. Yeah, they make a lot of money sometimes, but look how hard they got to work to make it. Listening to all them drunk ass people. So if they make $300 in one night, that's a great night. They still got to pay taxes. If they got a decent personality and they look good and they're female, they might be able to make a little money doing that. You digs? But I'm telling y'all, the single moms realize that they are are vulnerable, totally vulnerable. They are totally vulnerable economically. And as I just pointed out, strippers, waitresses, bartenders, these are service industry positions. They don't pay a lot of money. And they got to work shitty hours. But if they're good at what they do and they know how to mix a good drink, they can make a decent living. They can make 70, 80 grand a year. Or a little less than that. You digs? So all of these women who was, before this viral outbreak, they was, got their hand in men's face talking that feminist shit. I'm strong. I'm strong. Metrics. Oh man, let me stop acting fool, man. You digs? So yeah, we can sit here and we can play house and we can make it, we can, teach these women a lesson that's going to get into their thick skulls that you can't be a dog and still have your cake and eat it too. See, the problem with the women today, they're spoiled. That's why there's so many fat women out here, because they know that they can still get a man even if they look fat and stank. There are men in the chat room right here who will stab another nigga in the throat with a pencil to get next to a 5'1", 370-pound white girl. Some of you niggas will kill another black man over a bitch. A fat bitch at that. Nasty. Ugh. Disgusting. But, some niggas like fat bitches. Don't let that be you. Anyway, look, man. This is a day of reckoning for single moms. This is a day of requiem, okay, for single moms. You know why? You know why, guys? Let me tell you why. Because see, when you just barely getting by the seat of your pants, when that train, that gravy train stops, and it ain't ever stopped before, when it does stop, look at the carnage, economic carnage it leaves behind. Every day that we have a nationwide shutdown of 90% of the businesses in this country, every day, tens of thousands of people will become unemployed and will become the underemployed or the unemployed, but I dropped out of the contention for a job. That's what we're headed to. I just, this is why I preach holding your own nuts. This is why I tell people, hey man, put some money away. That's why I'm teaching people about donating to our nonprofit, because Black people don't understand taxes. If you make a certain amount of money and you say, well, every time I make $10,000 more, the next year to 2 years later, it seemed like I'm paying more and more taxes back. Well, first of all, because the middle class are the ones who are paying the tax burden due to Trump's tax cut. Thank him for that. President Orange Dippity Doo. Thank him for that. An unnecessary corporate and personal tax credit or tax cut for anybody above upper class. Anybody who's upper middle class and up is benefiting from that tax cuts. Everybody from the middle down is hurting. People are paying back taxes. Maybe they're only paying 150. Thank God they're only paying that. But that's why I tell people to donate, because that's what white people do that make over 100,000. They donate. Why? Because that's a tax. I'm probably going to get that back in a tax refund. Because you've heard, the more you make, the more they take. If you make over 100,000 a year, if you really pay attention to your tax returns, you realize the more you make, the more tax, state and federal taxes they're going to take out of your check, unless you live in a state like Texas or Florida, where there's no state income tax. But federal still going to kick your ass. And it might even be city and county taxes. I know LA does that. Everybody from LA County all the way up to the federal government got their hand in your check when you live in Los Angeles. Okay? Everybody's taxing your ass. But it's the best economy in the country, and the eighth best economy in the world. No, fifth best economy in the world. That's why when California shut down, woo, boy. Woo. That's one of our economic engines. If the United States is the economic engine of the world, the state of California is the economic engine of the Western world and the United States. And then when their economy shuts down, it can directly affect all these other states. Some of these states are trying to get their tax base that high. That's why I keep telling y'all, the longer this shit plays out, every day, tens of thousands of people are going to become unemployed, permanently unemployed. They're never going to have the job they have today because of this whatever this is out here. And it's unfortunate. Some people, that's how easy it is for them to lose everything. I've talked to white people who lost everything during the '07 situation. They was like, man, I was riding high. I was making $120,000 a year. And then next thing you know, I'm sleeping in my car. I don't know how it happened, man. But I was drinking. I was partying. I didn't save anything. I bought an expensive condo, trying to pimp so I can pimp these hoes. It's like that sometimes, player. That's why once you get a little paper, you hold on to it. That's your nut. When you're a squirrel, you need to pack away I don't know how many nuts. You dig? That's you should be packing away nuts. Nah, no, we can't sue them. That would be an international mess. And I don't think that's a legal possibility either. Because who would make us pay it? Who's gonna make us pay it? Russia? Russia can't make us do nothing. And they're a superpower. You dig? But you got single moms out here silent in a mug. Why are they silent? They're silent because all that we strong and independent, and then the economy shut down. And like I said, every day means tens of thousands of people who will become permanently unemployed through no fault of their own. And all the things that they thought weren't a factor in them getting their present job is going to end up being a thorn in their ass when they finally got time to sit down and think about what just happened to them. That's why black folks, when they fall from grace like that, when a black person has a job where they make $130,000 a year and then they lose it, some people can't handle that. Some people can't handle losing everything. And some of these people have never missed a car payment. They've never missed a house payment. They've never missed anything. And then this shit happens, and they, if they're 50s, 60s, maybe even into their 70s, and they ain't ready to retire, the company might start looking at them as a liability. Plus, they making $2 million a year. You living high on the hog. They don't like that. Your dick probably still work. They don't like that. So next thing you know, you end up You know, always hating going on. You digs? But the single moms are putting up GoFundMe's. This is the hustles they coming up with. Begging. We're seeking 80,000. Ain't raised a red buffalo nickel. You understand me? Ain't nobody feeling single moms right now. That's why single moms silent than a motherfucker, ain't they? You don't hear a peep out of single moms right now. Normally, like I said, especially the black ones, they still talking that black men ain't shit. I bet you want a black man to hold you tight doing this coronavirus shit, though, bitch. Uh-huh. Give you some reassurance dick. I've given plenty of reassurance dick. Baby, it's gonna be all right. Cross my hands. Yeah. Tear his ass up. Okay? You dig? Oh man, I'm gonna stop clowning, man. Oh. um, uh, look, guys, let me holler at y'all, man. I'm not saying that this is about hating Asians or anybody. This ain't about hating nobody. This is about us looking out for ourselves because we don't normally. Normally, what we do is coon and act like niggas and show our asses to each other, but then we try to give our best to Missy Ann, Missy Pooh, and Hunky McGee. And we waste our whole adult lives doing this shit, getting drunk. That's why a lot of black men my dad's age, a lot of them was alcoholics, if they still living. Normally, a lot of these niggas be done, they be done got, be done off themselves, 30s and 40s, smoking them cigarettes and doing all that drinking and stanking and lying. All them niggas do is go to work, smoke, get off, do drugs, drink, get up, like that song Tonight by DJ Quick. Earl, get up, do the same old shit in the next, same old shit in the morning. Okay. That's how I go down in them streets. I did it, but I got tired of it. But I find it interesting that you got single moms sitting up here begging for money because the Simpson tricks, I guess the Simpson tricks then bottomed out. So a lot of the Simpson tricks, there ain't no free cash out here like it normally is for the single moms and the Insta Thought crowd. So what do? They start begging. Some of these women have turned to outright verbally shitting on black men, talking about black men ain't trying to help black women doing this downturn and all this type of shit. Bitch, we ain't got to do a motherfucking thing. Matter of fact, your baby daddy ain't got to do shit for you. What makes you think I'm gonna do something for you? Get the fuck out of here. Man, I don't do nothing for women. You don't do nothing for me, I don't do nothing for you. He says going down tonight. Shit, ain't nobody giving them Simpson tricks no money. Shit, black men don't tend to do too well in the begging department. We don't do too well in begging. We don't usually get nothing when we beg. You dig? That's why most black men ain't gonna beg. Because we don't do too good in that arena. Okay? We don't. And y'all be facetious. Just telling the truth. We don't do very well when it comes to us begging for stuff. You see, we doing without. We done without for 500 years. Shit. That's why I say, black man, wake up, man. Wake up. Wake up, black man. It's not gonna get no better. It's time to stand up, black man. This country needs leadership. We don't need no more Barack Obamas. We don't need no more Cory Bookers. We don't need no more Andrew Bussyman Gillums. We don't need no more of those guys. We need masculine men who respect other men to stand up because leadership is needed. Matter of fact, it's required. We got to stop thinking as individuals, man. Look where that shit is getting us. Every time we have a hurricane and a whole bunch of black folks are displaced, who gets hurt the worst? We do. Anytime there's situations like a major economic downturn, who gets hurt the worst? Us. Because we refuse to work together. We refuse to be a safety net for other black people. That's why you have I talk to so many black men and women who have the same horror stories as I do dealing with family. They like, Ice, man, I feel you, bruh. Me and my sister, we the same way. These black men and women. They'll be like, man, I'm dealing with the same shit in my family, Ice. People in my family be hating on me. Sound like I'm reading a script that's written about my life. That's why a lot of family, I don't deal with them. I don't deal with a lot of family, man. The higher I'm elevated in American society, the less people I deal with in my family. I don't even talk to some of them because they ain't shit. It's like, why would I talk to them when they don't have anything to say? I have nothing to say to them. And they know why. If you haven't donated, please please do so right now. Go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button to donate, or hit us on the Cash App, $the Iceman 1906. Cash App ID is $the Iceman 1906. Standing on the drive-through, man. Come on, player. Yeah, I got a lot of family members who hate on me because I've fallen off, gotten back up, fallen off, gotten back up, fallen off, and I'm in a better financial situation than they are, and yet they've never been homeless. They've never dealt with anything the shit I've dealt with. See, when you stop being a caterpillar and then you go into that cocoon and you end up being that mature butterfly, you're not gonna get along with a lot of black men and women in your family because most of us have a slave mentality. Most of us have a slave mentality, and no matter how many degrees we get, no matter how much money we make, how high we are, we have ascended in American society. At the end of the day, you're still a black person in America. And you still have people in your family who will never respect what you do. Especially if you tell them the truth. So it means I have matured and you have regressed. I got a brother who spends his time trying to swindle people and get over on people instead of using his intelligence to try to build something. He would rather try to steal from somebody else. I can't deal with people like that. I can't deal with people who are haters. I can't deal with people who look at me and say, well, I have to hate you in order for me not to hate myself. Y'all get that? I gotta hate you in order for me not to hate myself. Because that's the only way I can get through the day is by is projecting blame on somebody else rather than take the blame for the shit I do, which is something family don't never do. They say something wrong about something sideways about me, I never get an apology. But let me tell them the truth about them doing some stupid shit, and then they like, oh man, you threatened my life. You acting like you 3 years old. But yet all day long you talking about other people. See how that works? That's not a family member. That's a person that has never been family all along. And that's why I don't make it a point to call them nothing. I might text certain people every now and then just to let them know I'm still on the earth. But I don't talk to them because we ain't got nothing to talk about because they not mature. They're still talking about pussy like they 15 and these niggas are 50 and 60 years old. So clearly there's a maturity problem issue. There's a maturity issue here between myself and them. What else is it? That you can't be normal and be that way. You can't be normal and be that way. Something is wrong with you. But that's all I deal with is haters. Some are been late blooming haters, but haters nevertheless. How can you be in a position to be able to make the moves you making? Then they sit around with other family members and drag my name in the mud. And I'm sitting here chilling, every year, I'm, elevating myself in stature while them niggas are still where they at. Yeah, you're right, Human Paradox. You're right. Yes, sir. Yeah, I do agree. I agree that I do agree that we should accept them for who they are. But I think if you realize that your I don't know, I guess common sense would tell a person, how can you not understand that what how you behave makes it hard for me to deal with you, because it's toxic. It's You make it, the air around us, toxic. Y'all see where I'm going with this? And that's it doesn't mean that you don't love that these family members any less. It's just that I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you based on your the way you carry yourself and how you move in these streets. You understand? I agree that we should accept them for who they are, where they are. But at the same time, it's like most of the people that you know that live that kind of existence, they're really this is the person that's always trying to make you think they happy all the time when they ain't. This is the person, these people are really miserable when it's just them. That's why they always look for other like-minded, miserable people like them. Like if you get a bunch of simps together who can't get no pussy, it'd be a whole bunch of fat black dudes, nigga nerds. You notice, like, you know how fat people find each other, but fine women find each other, or decent looking guys find each other. Nothing is by accident. A lot of people can't look at this whole economic downturn and see this as being real time. They don't see it as being real, and it is. It's hard to see this shit as real because like I said, I've been through about 10 states in less than in a little over a week. And I can honestly tell you that I drove through some states that were supposed to be locked down, and the way people were out there on their bicycles, their families were outside because it was like 50 something degrees and 60, 70 degrees in some of them states. Hell, I think up there in Minneapolis, I think it was like 65 up there today. And it was 70s in like Nebraska. Shit. Then tomorrow it'll be like 40 degrees outside. Ain't that a bitch? But you gotta look at it, you gotta look at this as an opportunity. I keep telling black men, look at this as an opportunity, brothers. There's a lot of businesses out here who are going to be strapped for cash. You might be able to swoop in and say, "Hey, I want 30% of your business for $10,000 investment." They're going to be happy to take that 10,000. But you need to see, yearly projection, the last 3 tax years that they file taxes. You need to be able to see taxes. You need to be able to see their finances, because you can tell if they get ready to close up shop. They'll take your $10,000 and then next month they'll close up shop. Okay? There's a lot of scam artists out here. But a lot of businesses, especially like business and food services, they need that infusion of cash. And they don't necessarily want to go to the bank. They want that, oh, you got 20 grand right here? Okay, I'll give you 30% of my business. It's like Shark Tank. But if you ain't got no liquid laying around, you can't make moves like that. They talking about they bracing themselves for another big mass mortgage foreclosing. I'm like, man, are we doing this shit again? Is this what we doing, America? Is this what we doing? Yeah, exactly, Bevo. Exactly. Cheap stocks. Even with this fake ass stimulus check and this bailout for these corporations, it's not going to be enough. They already talking about possibly giving people $1,200 for 3 or 4 months. That's why they went ahead and approved $6 trillion, but they only going to deal with $2 trillion at a time. I don't think a lot of people caught that. But Trump said this is a $6 trillion bill, but it's we separating it in 3 parts. The next one will be supposedly a direct payment, cash payment to Americans under the same rules as that first month. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I don't mind. I don't live for stuff like that. I take care of business every month. But there's some months that I need to get out of town. I need to get out of town and do something. And why not while flights are cheap as hell? Like I said, I had a window seat all in a row all to myself. But I didn't lay down because I was watching a movie. And I know the way that the back of that seat was set up, I would have had to been looking up like this, and I didn't want to do that. So plus I ain't had no pillow. The airlines, they don't give you no pillows and shit no more unless you buy it or you ask them for it. Now, first class, they'll give you one. They'll give you a pillow and a cheap ass blanket. Shit, man, I need to join the Mile High Club, man. That's one thing I ain't never done yet, man. I ain't joined the Mile High Club. Cause I don't usually fly with no females, man. I ain't flown too many times with no females. I don't do that. Like I said, I usually get rid of them before that time, before they get to that point. I get rid of them. Because like I said, these women today are a liability. You dig? You dig? So the honorary statuses of what Black women thought they had in white society and Asians thought they had in white society, everybody's scrambling around now looking for an explanation for all the negativity. Everybody's scrambling around trying to blame somebody for the outcome. Okay? Every time there's an opportunity, the federal government and corporate America get together for ways where the federal government can limit the mobility of Americans and corporations benefit by coming up with a whole new revenue stream, like they did after 9/11. They got all them expensive ass, every one of those expensive X-ray machines where you gotta put your hands up like that. That machine alone costs about $11 million. So you had companies that came up with new technology. Well, the technologies that always existed, just on a very limited scale. And then after this supposed masterful expose in criminality at its highest level, all of a sudden now we got to have air marshals who are now, by the way, Army Delta, and which I think is the most dumbest thing. Somebody has a gun on a damn plane. I don't give a damn if they are federal officers. So what? I notice some of you white folks be getting your ass beat on some of these planes calling black people niggas. Y'all better cut that shit out. Some old ugly ass, gray ass, old mare, old white woman, old Caucasian, old Caucasoid, thinks she got an attitude because I was sitting in her seat. I was like, fuck you, bitch. If she wanted to move and have her own role, I'm like, bye, bitch. Because I think she got mad because inside the airport, I realized it was her because I looked at her, she tried to look at me like, kind of, you know how these old expired Caucasian females be trying to throw some rhythm of brothers' way. I'd be like, I don't want that. I'm like, I can wait. I'm trying to fuck your granddaughter. I'm not trying to fuck you. That's not ever gonna happen. Oh, they get mad, boy. I wanted to sit by the window anyway. Fuck out of here. Scooby-Doo looking bitch. Oh yeah, they already giving niggas a pole mouth. Oh, they already giving niggas a pole mouth. Talking about you see they be putting up GoFundMe's and shit. I ain't helping you. I ain't helping no single mom. Y'all talk all that shit. Want to put child support on niggas? You want to talk about how that baby daddy was shit? Oh no, baby. You're gonna take this. You're gonna have to take the economy up the ass with no Vaseline. Kind of like we used to do when we was together. Okay? But this time it's gonna be figuratively. See, this is over. They were saying, I was reading the article, they're saying that this whole thing with what people don't understand is that, and I said this earlier in the broadcast, the longer this thing keeps happening, tens of thousands of people are going to be permanently unemployed due to no fault of their own. I've been telling black folks for 10 years, stop depending on jobs. Start you a fucking business. And niggas still don't want to listen. Every time something like this happens and people start getting furloughed, laid off, fired, terminated, whatever they want to call it, and you end up at home sitting on your ass when you should be at work. If that end up happening to you, I hope you have when you started listening to me 5 years ago, you started putting some money away like a good squirrel does. Because you need to hold your own nuts out here in American society. Oh yeah, divorces. You see, this is when people got to be at home. See, you got to understand something. I know what it's like to live in the same house with a woman you never see, because you work night shift, she worked second shift, or she worked first shift and you work night shift. Y'all don't never see each other until it's time for you to go pick her up from work. And you got to get up from sleep to go get her. Because who comes home right home and goes to sleep? So if I get off at 6, I'm up till 9. Then by the time I go to sleep, it's time to come get you. I got to be over there at your job at 4:30. That means I got to leave an hour ahead. Because we only got one car. I've been there. And you're the one without the car. Man, y'all don't know, man. I've been a hobo section. I did it, man. That shit worked for a while. But after a while, man, you get cut off. That cute dick, ain't that cute good dick. That don't mean nothing to them after a while. Because you got to understand how a woman thinks. Women have been fooled to believe no matter how hard they hit that wall, no matter how many kids they got, no matter how much what their height to weight ratio is, they figure they can still get out here and reach in the dating pool of men and pull out a winner. And what they are finding is that when they try to make a correlation between what's in their head, which is perception, and reality, which is what is really popping off out here in these streets, there is a if I can use this, if I can say this, you got a lot of people who never thought they would see another major economic downturn in their lifetime. And here, 13 years later, here we having another one. And you got people sitting out here, people done got caught sleeping at the wheel again. You got people who still got caught slipping again. How do you get caught slipping multiple times? See, that's what people don't want to. These are the things that a lot of people don't want to face. The facts that the people don't want to face. That's why when people got to sit there and look at each other all day long and they got to be home at the same time, now they realize they don't like each other. Hell, they didn't like each other before this shit popped off. But them working different times of the day and night kept them away from each other. I know, I've been seeing family that work like that, where the couple never see each other till the weekend, and then when the weekend comes, they each out with their boyfriend or girlfriend. You see how that works? There's a lot of people whose marriages work because they ain't never at home with each other. But now that people are forced to be at home, they like, what you say, bitch? Let me tighten you up. You know, next thing you know, my man tightening that ass up. My man tightening that ass up. Pow! You should have been bobbing and weaving, bitch. Okay? Okay? Think about that for a second. Niggas. Niggas. Huh? Exactly. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier, baby. Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all niggas too stupid. But seriously, think about it. Think about this shit for a second. We have an opportunity to get ahead of the curve financially, but only if you you're going to keep your job throughout this economic downturn and you have a little bit of money put aside. There are businesses you may be able to buy into with very little capital, but you better look at projections. You better be looking at the past 3 tax filing years. You need to look at their books. You need to look at their balance sheet. You need to look at their ledgers. You need to look at their income statements, P&L reports. If you don't know how to read that stuff, you're in trouble. I'm not a walking accountant, but I did take graduate level accounting and finance classes. And they're very hard, especially if you're not good at it. But I had to make myself good at it in order to pass those classes. Shit. Anybody say I didn't earn them 2 master's degrees? They full of shit. I earned them and then some. That's why a lot of people in the family, they don't like me, man. Because I'm accomplishments, they're the result of being a loser. And it just is what it is, guys. We have to stop sugarcoating this stuff. See, this is why a lot of women don't want to hear this kind of talk, because it scares them. Because if you're talking about bum ass black men who ain't done shit in the last 50, 60 years, sooner or later you're going to get around to talking about black women. And they don't want to be in the room when I start talking about them. See how that works? We have to stop playing. This is why black men, start steering your money toward black-owned businesses. Learn to get to know these guys. Some of them might need a little help. Be patient, but give them a shot. They deserve your dollars. And if they mess up, explain why you feel the way you feel. And depending on how they react to that, you either continue to support them or you cease from dealing with them from that point forward. You got to have discipline in order to do that. And a lot of you guys have no discipline. But see, this type of shit that's going on out here, we got a silent killer out here. We don't know where it's coming from. And then people are using this opportunity to try to hustle people. That ain't gonna work because people ain't got no money. You got single moms complaining, talking shit. Single moms are talking about no nobody want to help us. Well, you've been saying you strong and independent for the last 40 years. So be strong and independent. and wait for your simp or your trick in shining armor. Wait for them to show up. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm out the game. I'm out the game. See, like I said, we got to stop, black men, these women, they're fooling. They love to fool themselves. Guys, we can't fool ourselves, man. Black men can't afford to fool themselves. You got work to do, brother. And you can take this unfortunate situation and turn it into a positive. Put yourself in better footing financially. Put yourself in a position where no matter what happens to the economy, you can stay afloat. And you guessed it, you're going to have to be working for yourself. You can't be no employee and make this work. You have to be willing to believe and trust in yourself. A lot of you guys don't trust and believe in yourselves. You say, well, how can you do it, Iceman? I've been betting on myself my whole life, and I win every time. I might not win immediately, but I win long term because I play chess, not checkers. Those with your third eye working, you know what that means. I stay grinding. I stay hustling. And I make no excuses for my get down. A lot of guys get bent out of shape, especially family members, because they ain't got no drive to do anything. So their only way of coping with me is to try to bring me down to their level. And when I refuse to do it, then it's like, okay, well, we don't want to deal with him. I'm like, cool, whatever. Bye, nigga. Bye. But I think it's sad that, you're way older than me and I'm doing better than you. I find that hard. I find that how that could be a reality. See, you got to hate up. It's never hating down. That's why I don't hate on nobody. Because I would have to look down and do it. And I don't look down or behind me hating. This is why I get so much done. Even though I got health issues, mental health issues, the work gets done. You dig? And you have to be, if you're not that kind of black man or woman, you need to become that kind of black man and woman. Don't let nothing stop you from meeting your goals. Set goals you can handle. Don't set lofty goals. Set goals you can handle. I set recreational goals. I set business goals of obviously. I set personal goals like, okay, I got to lose this much weight. I got to get my BMI down to like 28, 29. I want to do this, that, and the third. That's how I think. I think strategically. How can I give myself an edge at my age? That's why this economic downturn is a huge kick in the ass for me because I can't work out. I mean, the little bit of working out I have done, some hotels still allow their fitness centers to be open, and believe it or not, some of these hotels have some pretty elaborate fitness centers. This one that was out west when I was out west. This one, Hampton Inn, I stayed in. It was a brand new Hampton Inn. They had their fitness center was damn near looked like a mini gym in there. They had a pull-up bar because I like doing pull-ups. I can't do that. I can only do push-ups, which are important, but still, you know. Anyway, we have a chance to get these Asians out of our community. We got a chance to get these parasites out of our community. Look, if you want to call it racism, call it whatever you want to call it. I call it survival. I call it a necessary thing to do. We need to start circling our wagons because it is detrimental to Black people to be against each other financially, economically, but yet it's okay to shit on each other. It's okay to do the things that we do, and then sit around and be mad and blame everything on the white man. We have to get off of that because that ain't getting us nowhere. The only thing that's gonna get us anywhere is us starting businesses and us supporting each other, supporting those businesses. Madam Ree, what up? I ain't heard from you in a minute. What have you been up to? Ain't heard from you in a minute. I was thinking about you a few weeks back. Yeah, that's one of the original, one of my few lady Iceman show family members. I need to get your new email address, Madam Ree, if you don't mind. Uh, Email me at THA the Iceman Show at yahoo.com. Yeah, I'd love to put you on my email list. Yeah. Anyway, Black people are starting to discover each other, and I say that's a good thing. You got a lot of cooning out here, though. Spike Lee has been doing some major cooning lately. I don't know what his problem is. He's trying to shit on Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby gave him money for the movie X, and that's what kind of thanks he get. I'm looking at Spike Lee as kind of side eyed, like, nigga, you've been fucking up. You've been doing some out of pocket shit, my dude. That's how I'm looking at his ass. But it is what it is. You digs? But I'm telling you, single moms, y'all, they desperate out here, man. They need your help, man. They need your help, brother. See, I'm telling you, you got states already talking about reopening their states. Because you have to understand how the American economy works. The American economy is a consumer-driven economy. It's not a manufacturing-based economy, which is what China has. That's why they're so powerful. You understand? So in this Trump economy, a lot of Black folks are finding out who their real friends are. A a lot of people finding out who their real relatives are. Like I told you, I don't depend on family. I definitely don't depend on family financially. I'd rather sleep in the back of my car than deal with my family on when it comes to money. I'd rather just do it out. I'm a lot happier that way. Because again, like I said, I don't have nothing to say to haters. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Because I gotta hate down to hate you. And I don't hate down. I don't hate at all. I don't need to hate up. Because I know how to go feed myself. See, if the grocery store closed down, I know how to grow food. Might take me a few weeks, but I can grow some food. Because I did it as a kid. In our backyard, we had some horrible soil. You dig? I know how to grow food. It don't look as good because when you don't use all them chemicals and fertilizer and shit, the corn don't grow as big, you know. The only thing that really looks the same is like black eyed peas and certain beans look the same, like green beans. Snap peas, as Big Mama used to call it. I remember one time I got stuck out in front of the house snapping them peas with my grandmother, man, with Big Mama, one of my big mamas. Man, I tried to get up and go play with the rest of the kids. She was like, nah, grandson, you gonna sit here and help me. I'm like, I was so pissed off, man. I was like, y'all mad as a motherfucker, man. I wanted to play. Shit. Big Mama. Make your sausage biscuit though. Remember that? Make your sausage biscuit after she whoop your ass real good. Sit you outside with a sausage biscuit. You grandma. Salty ass tears and biscuit batter. Great combination. Tastes just like chicken. Y'all niggas can't see me. I know my computer been fucked up since I came back, man. I can't get the right angle. Like, damn. It's like I'm too far outside the fucking picture and shit. So I gotta lean forward. I'm not used to leaning forward. Onion head, motherfucker. Anyway, it's a new day, y'all. It's a new day. We look, let me tell you something. This shit, I think economically, this shit gonna go into at least July or August. Because they said they need to reevaluate this shit every 3 months. I mean, they're actually doing it daily, but the statistical models that they done put through means this shit gonna get worse before it get better. But it's almost impossible to stay in the house 24/7, man. It's dude, I don't give a damn how big your house is. Nigga, I don't care if your house is 4,500 square feet. Nigga, by next week, you're gonna be like, damn, this house too little. I think I'm gonna put another addition on. Okay? You're gonna be talking that shit. You dig? There is an opportunity to be had right now. But if you didn't take care of your money and you were simping and tricking, You the one out here hurting. You out here hurting like the hoes. And all them hoes you been simping and tricking on, ain't none of them gonna reach back and help you. As soon as you call that bitch up and be like, hey Trixie, hey, I've been giving you money over the last 3 or 4 years. You think you can give me $500? I just need the whole 500. She gonna be like, I just paid my son's braces. I don't have that kind of money, Reg. All of a sudden, she ain't got no money, yet that bitch just got a brand new car. Okay? See how you get paid for being a simp and a trick? That's why it don't pay to be a simp or a trick, man. It don't pay to do that. Sooner or later, it ends poorly for you. Ask my father. Sooner or later, it ends poorly for you. And it's the worst thing you can be is an old simp or trick. That's not a good situation to be in, player. That's why I hold my head high. Okay? Some of y'all gonna be just as fucked up as these hoes out here. See, in an economy like this, hoes can't make no money. Just like the dope man can't make no money. Ain't nobody got dope money. It's gotta be bare essentials. And the longer this shit plays out, the worse it's gonna be. If people are already whooping each other's asses at home because the kids are there and both parents are there. So they like, pow, bitch. I never realized how mannish you is, bitch. You mannish. Use some 1950s language on your ass. Pow! This is us, bitch. Pow! Oh God, a po-po. You hit me. I'm a God, a po-po. Oh, bitch, my other man would have never hit me. The fuck out of here, man. Okay? Fuck out of here. Telling you, man. There's a lot of shit you can get into, player. And don't try none of them Russian or Nigerian schemes either. Exactly. They can't do it having them kids at home. It's a mess. You got to be reminded that you ain't making no money. I mean, look, I keep telling you guys, the federal government is not in the business of bailing out citizens. So I'm telling you, they ain't gonna never give you enough. They never give the most important people enough. Like with veterans, we constantly have to keep on these motherfuckers to give us more money because the cost of living keeps going up, and yet you ain't paying us more money. $20 a year ain't enough. It needs to be way more than that. Yet the only people that seem to be living a good life are members of Congress, most of which have never served. Fuck out of here. Scooby-Doo looking motherfucker. You dig? I didn't mean that, y'all. I'm sorry. Exactly. Whooping them kids' asses. Psh, 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 psh. Shit, no more corporal punishment, man. You could whoop your kid's ass back when I was a kid. Today, you can't even whoop these kids' asses. Don't let no white folks know you whooping ass over there. Soon as you leave a welt, or you leave a mark somewhere, or a swollen butt cheek from that belt going rat a tat tat on that ass, you can best believe you going to jail, nigga. And they calling CPS on your ass. Oh, they love call CPS on black men. Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang. Nigga. You digs? Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang. Telling y'all, man. Niggas talk about it's the Tupacalypse. Y'all niggas stupid. The Tupacalypse. Let me tell y'all something, man. Niggas is like, oh man, it's the Tupacalypse. Let me tell y'all something, man. You can't trust nothing in America. You've been living in this country long enough to understand that America is always going to be about the business, not business, the business of subjugating the black man. So knowing that going forward, you should be smart enough not to go out here and add no undue stress to an already stressful situation. Can you dig it? Guys, can you get it? Can you dig it? And a lot of you niggas don't want to listen. Oh, you got all the excuses in the world. You talking about, you talking about, you want a man of this stature, you want a man that's this, that, and the third, and yet you are 4'11", 220 pounds, and you got 3 kids by 4 different niggas. Huh? And you sitting up and talking about where all the good men at on POF. Okay? And you talking about, look at a catch I am. Look at me, I'm a hell of a catch. For a whale catcher, not for a human being. Not for a man who's in the business of looking for a woman to be by his side. You dig what I'm saying to you? And see, you ladies, the flip side of what we do as idiots, y'all go out here hitting the wall. You go out here hitting the wall, having all them kids, getting married multiple times, and then you want to sit up and be a narcissist, a selfish narcissist. And when you see that your body and your rack and your booty ain't getting them, packing them in like you used to, then you want to act disgruntled. Well, men ain't sitting around listening to that shit. They too busy out here trying to get money. They too busy trying to get their paper. You digs? Don't nobody want to hear no about no excuses. And see, women now are beyond excuses. See, it used to be that all they had to do is blame us. Now that everybody's out of work, they say, now they talking about, well, what are we single moms gonna do? So you got all these slick ass Insta thoughts out here trying to get niggas to cash app them, trying to, for nothing. You got nigga fans only pages on IG. They trying to hustle niggas there. So they sticking dildos up their asses and telling niggas they got to pay $20. So they doing sick shit like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, I ain't got to do none of that to get my bills paid. I must be in a really good situation. Because if I was a woman and I had to do that kind of stuff in order to pay my bills, I feel like a loser if I was one of those people. Would I be wrong in saying that? Shit. I know I couldn't be totally wrong, could I? It's a lot of people out here hurting. And in some cases, the weed man is still getting his money because gun shops and weed dispensaries are considered essential businesses. That shit's killing me, man. I'm sitting here laughing my ass off of that shit. Gun shops and weed dispensaries are considered essential businesses. Get the fuck at liquor stores. So hey, at least you can go get you a fifth or something and drink till this shit blows over. Hopefully your pancreas can handle it. That's the problem. Hell yeah. It's hard to be a parent these days. And if you're a man, look how we get done. Look how we get treated. But see, it's situations like these that are great equalizers, my brothers. Great equalizers. Because see, to a certain degree, some women have no choice but to come to a brother with hat in hand. If you understand what I'm talking about. Some women have to come to a man with eating humble pie. Okay, at least one slice. He at least has to witness her eating one slice of humble pie. Okay? Because the problem with men in this country is we've been suffering so long that we have buckled under the yoke of the way this society has been tying our arms behind our backs and then telling us to run a mile. You see what I'm saying? B Theory, what up? Exactly. The ass you kick is the ass you may kiss in the end. Exactly. So a lot of women are finding themselves, let's shut the fuck up about this. I'm strong and independent. Let's shut the fuck up about that shit. Because, while we may not be in the mood for giving up no coronavirus ass, I might need a loan. I might need a nigga to cash at me. I ain't had nobody cash at me yet in a long time, but I have had somebody try to cash at me a couple of times. I'm like, bitch, you stupid. This is a joke, ain't it? You ain't getting no money out of the kid. Shit. You ain't getting no goddamn money out of me. Only thing you gonna get out of me is hard dick and bubble gum. And a matter of fact, you gotta put money in the bubble gum machine to get the bubble gum. You digs? Fuck out of here. I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit, man. Ain't nothing free. It's quid pro quo. That's why black women, you're going to hate me when I say this, but I'm going to say this. This is why some non-black women who understand quid pro quo, this is why they always got men around. Yeah, you can call them hoes. I call them business women. Okay? Because at least her lights are on and yours ain't. Or maybe next month they'll be out because you don't save no child support money. That's fuck off money for you, right? But I'm going to say this. Some of these non-black women know how to service a man, and I do mean that literally. They understand they understand a man's biology, and they don't try to complicate it any more than it needs to be. I'm a woman, he's got balls that need to be emptied. And if I want to go out here to Buca de Beppo once or twice a month, if I want to go over here to Human Paradox's own Morton's the Steakhouse, Human Paradox, you still in there, man? And you know, they ain't one of the beautiful females in the Dallas area that in the Metroplex where that has been taken to Morton's the Steakhouse by no one but our brother, Human Paradox. Hey man, I'm just fucking with you, player. Draining them monster balls. Exactly. Y'all done thrown me off my mark, man. Damn. No, but seriously, what we have to understand is that you have an opportunity to move up a rung in society if you've been playing your cards right and have become consistent in saving money. See, people who've been fucking off since 08, 09, and 2010 and the like, those are the folks who are hurting now. Because this is hurting a certain segment of the population. Whereas that situation, it mainly was mortgage industry related. Whereas this right here, this is like the whole economy. This is the whole economy being shut down. Dude, let me tell you something. The truck drivers, dude, on the highways, dude, ain't nothing out there but trucks. I lie to you not. On most of these major interstates, I've never seen this in my life. The main vehicles on the highway, on the interstates, are tractor trailers, not cars. I was on interstate highways in the same state for 500 miles and only saw a handful of cars compared to back in the day. It's crazy. This shit is unreal out here. That's why I be telling brothers and sisters, if you unemployed, go get you a CDLA license and get you a job driving these trucks. They paying triple right now. You got husband and wife teams who drive them tractor trailers. They like, man, me and my wife, man, we making money hand over fist. We done bought a couple extra trailers. Can't make this shit up. You're right. Exactly, Human Paradox. You can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, dude. I drove on, I don't know how many major interstate arteries throughout this country. And I swear to God, even in major cities, there wasn't that much traffic. The airport looked like I Am Legend. That's what the airport looked like. Went right over there to where I needed to go, got what I needed to get, and was out of there. Shit. That's why I'm like, if you need to fly somewhere, go fly now before the airline get their money. But you know, fuel is cheap right now because OPEC and Russia is trying to keep the price high, keep the price low, because they trying to, you know, shit on America, which I don't have no problem with it. But truckers, they said it's an overabundance of work out here because so many stores need to have and distribution centers and manufacturers need to get their products to the end consumer, us. They don't make no money until that product is sitting on the shelf. So they need truckers right now. Sure, they can put that on a DC-10 and put it on a UPS plane or a FedEx plane. Yeah, they could do that. But why? They're gonna pay triple for that. Instead, put it on a truck and send it halfway across the country for $1,500. Because just like on a plane, just like on a truck, that shit can get broken on a plane too. Even one of them big ass ships. You dig? This is a perfect opportunity for smart, forward-thinking Black men and women to take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to you. But if you ain't got your third eye open, you don't know, you ain't paying attention. You waiting on your $1,200 sunken place check. You waiting on your struggle check. So you go spend it on your struggle apartment. So you can try to get a honey over there for struggle sex. Black man, you got to elevate your thinking to be better than that. This is why everybody is shitting on you right now, because while you concentrating on titties in your face and my neck, my back, my ass, and my crack type women, all you're doing is creating a permanent underclass for the next 3 or 4 generations. Having hood rats as parents. Y'all feel me? Y'all see where I'm going with this? Y'all hear me knocking? Well, goddamn it, let me in. If you feel the funk, say hey. No, I'm just pulling shit. But this China virus is exposing a lot of shitty people. It's exposing a lot of people, ain't it? All this shit these women was talking 3-4 weeks ago, you don't hear a peep, do you? You're like, you can hear a pin drop. Oh, the single moms ain't running their mouth now. All the sex workers ain't talking shit about how expensive they pussy is right now, is it? See, doing a regular economy, they charging niggas. They was making nigga pay high ass giraffe pussy prices. They prices was high as giraffe pussy. Now all of a sudden, it's, when niggas money is shorter than a midget on his knees, then all of a sudden now it's like we gotta say the single moms. Nah, because I remember you the single mom that dined and dashed. Okay, you the one that did a dine and dash on a brother. Okay, so you get no love from me. You get no love from us. You got one free dinner, one free drink, too many. And you lucky you didn't end up on the ID channel. You dig? Oh, black folks, you know what? Black folks have no choice but to stay awake from their slumber. That's why what's beneficial, what's a blessing and a curse for black folks He said coochie liquidation. God damn, homie. See, here's a good thing that could happen to smart-minded black folks. See, for the intelligent black person, this is just a hiccup for him or her. But for that black person that used to living by the seat of their pants, they'll never save no money. Any money they do save ends up on Beefeater and Tangeray and a Dove sack of weed. That's what it ends up being for you. You dig? We got to elevate our thinking because everybody is getting rich off of us. And finally, black folks are starting to see en masse how we have all these parasites. We have all these parasites sucking off of us at every level. When does it ever end? When does it end, black man? I'm talking to you. When does it ever end? When are we going to stop being hoes for everybody else? Why is it that the $1.3 trillion we bring in, we make every year, we spend 98% of that with every other race other than black-owned businesses? And then we wonder why we got to go around the country talking about jobs to politicians. Politicians never bring jobs. That's just a selling point for while they market their bullshit, their mind fucking platform. This is going to be the Straight Talk Express. Shit, you just gave me a Crooked Talk Express just by you telling me that you're the Straight Talk Express. Politicians always sing that same song, and none of them are honest. You got, CNN, you got Don Lemonade is spending, inordinate amount of time shitting on and playing gotcha with Trump. They're supposed to be trying to help you survive this downturn, and he's spending his whole hour or 2 hours talking about Trump and how catching him in lines. How is that constructive? I don't want to look at no bussified nigga anyway. I mean, we all know that Don Lemonade is bussified. I don't want to look at no bussified nigga. I don't want to look at no nigga to be crying for no another man. I can't respect no man that cry over no another man because of a romantic relationship. Nigga, you nasty. You're a filthy ass nigga. You like to travel the Hershey Highway. Nasty nigga. That's why I don't eat Hershey's Kisses now, nigga. Punk asses. If you haven't donated, please go to asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button to donate. Or you can hit us on the Cash App to donate today at our Cash App ID number is $the Iceman 1906. So donate today. Donate $5 or $10 today. If you don't have that, donate what you can. Donate $2.50. It don't cost you nothing on Cash App. You dig? But this can be an opportunity for you if you're paying attention. Now, if you want to play and act a fool and you got to have your Bacardi and cherry Coke, you just one of them kind of niggas I feel sorry for you because uh, these other races are going to tear you a new asshole if you're left out here. If you one of these Negroes that's left out here to your own devices after this economic thing starts an upswing, and it's not going to be instantaneous either. I don't care how many $1,200 checks they send out. What you gonna spend it on? Oh, okay. Okay. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. But this is a perfect time for if you got a little money saved up, you got a little nut put away, you might be able to make some moves out here. They talking about the mortgage industry about to take a hit. If that's the case, that's really gonna sink this country into a nosedive. And they're gonna have to give people more than $1,200. They're gonna have to kick people down like 2,500 to like $5,000. They're gonna have to give people real paper. You dig? They're gonna have to give people real paper, not that fake shit. $1,200 is noisy money. That's like giving a nigga a handful of change, like you a slot machine in Vegas. Give me some quiet money. I don't want none of that noisy money. Noisy money mean you ain't finna give me shit. Fuck out of here. Scooby-Doo looking motherfucker. But these are the times we live in, brothers and sisters. Look here, y'all. This is the conclusion of another episode of the Iceman Show podcast. Make sure you follow me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the same handle. Twitter and Instagram. Follow me. Twitter and Instagram at the Iceman Show. At the Iceman Show. There's no reason why you should not be following me. It don't cost you nothing. Same user handle. Okay? At the Iceman Show for Twitter and Instagram. Follow me to get up to the date information on the Iceman Show podcast. Can you dig it? Like to thank everybody that donated tonight. Really appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. My man Willie Will, BH Theory 1, Vivo Lottie, D Fernandez, Triple T Kill, Aside Dennis, and a bunch of assorted motherfuckers you never even heard of. Can you dig it? Be here Thursday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode of the Iceman Show podcast. You dig? Go to asktheiceman.com for everything Iceman. Holler at your boy.